come up, was swept London highs just recently. That was after that news came out for the unemployment. Touched that volume level, put in our highs, and then we've got untested volume levels up here, which is where I was talking about yesterday, like all this liquidity up here. Sooner or later, we're going to have to go up here and touch these levels. But we also have a untested volume level right down below my 25-point zone at the overnight lows. So POC, lots of volume and stuff is all inside of here. Um, I'm not sure on the direction. I'm just going to have to watch this and see. Um, if this area gets held up, then I'll be leaning more towards pushing up. Yeah, it's kind of a weird setup because see, like normally I want to take a sweep right here, but I know that these volume levels are all up here, so I may miss out this opportunity right here and save it for something like this up here because that would be sweeping yesterday's high, and we've got a volume level with some pretty good volume there. So yeah, that that may be the play. I'll leave this level here, daily high, current daily high, but that's what I see. You can see we've got the POC running straight through here for a while, so that's why I was thinking we'd probably dip down into that area. Let me go see. We also have midpoint. We've got all back down around 300 area. Really, this whole zone is just full of stuff.
This is Wendy. How may I help you?
You're on. Your mic's on. Okay. Yeah. See, we just basically wicked right down to that POC. I'm into the value area. That ain't even the right word. What am I trying to say? The VWAP. That's what I'm trying to say. There it is. This is not a 25-point zone, by the way, you guys. This is like 50 points total. So just know that this is not a typical 25-point zone. I know trading, let's see, trading view is showing the POC here, but I'm measuring from this big move because it's kind of containing everything. The other POC is at 350 and we're below it right now.
Okay, so I have a quick question. So I know that you've mentioned POC several times, and I don't remember, what does the acronym stand for?
The POC is the point of control. So,
Got it.
yeah, and I can actually direct you towards a video too, in the course where I go over a volume profile and exactly what it is. So somewhere in there, I've got a video that's
Okay, I'll look for it.
all right. Yeah, it's all about the
Thank you.
volume profile. Yeah. Sometimes I'll use a volume profile if like in situations like this where we've got lots of different zones all over the place. A volume profile kind of shows a little bit more depth that you can't see. Oh yeah, let's see here. Oh. What an open. 60 points. Stuck.
Ugly one. It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
It didn't go. I like when it goes to the edge. Like yesterday, right when it opened, it went right to the top.
Yeah.
Gave me a trade. Today,
Mm-hmm.
sitting around in the middle where I don't want to be.
Yeah. I haven't done anything. I'm just gonna sit and hang out and watch it until it goes.
Bought it from the PLC. I bought that. I made $100 on that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Let's see. All right, what you gonna do? Yeah, I know it's a pretty big zone, but I had a 25 point zone here, but then I was like looking, and I'm like, man, POC was right down below it. Midpoint of the day. A lot of times it likes to go back to that midpoint of the day, which is at about 312, basically right around this low. I've also got like a little bit of a zone I'm watching based on order flow in between here and say, let me check right there. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about trading it so much, but just watching to see how price reacts to this area here. If it stays down below here, the reason I got it marked up as a whole zone is because a lot of volume inside of this candle. And there's a lot of volume inside of this candle right here. Sells here and sells there. So it almost looks like they sold into this upward pressure and then sold some more coming as it was coming down, and let the market do what it wanted to do after that. So it creates kind of a little zone in here, and if price comes back to it, if I see heavy selling coming back in there, passive selling might be worth taking a look at. We're making a pretty nice little range here now. If you break this down to a smaller time frame, you'd see that it's just a straight up range. So got lows, we've got highs, prices having trouble. Let's see here.
Got like 1, 2, 3, 4 overlapping buy zones.
Yeah, and basically every time it comes out, it pushes back in here.
It makes a new one.
Yeah, so like I don't know where to put that, but it's kind of like that. I know for sure down here is it's not trying to go. Let me see. I'm gonna go look at the order flow.
I'm glad I just got in here a few minutes late. It looks like it was kind of up and down.
Yeah, we haven't hit any levels.
It was terrible, bro. That's what it was. It was terrible.
It's just,
Yeah, I probably saved money.
Yes, you did.
I
Nobody's done it. You wouldn't have wanted. There's nothing that you would have seen that I think you would have traded though.
Yeah, exactly.
because our lows are
Like
here
it's
and
that
our
kind of
highs are
morning.
up there. Just watch for the breakout and see if it's fake or not. You know, that's when price is doing what it's doing right here. That's the best thing you can do is just wait for it to break out. I mean, regardless, we're still in the middle of a range, so we haven't hit any zones. So, like, all right, here's that first zone right here. A lot of volume. If y'all hear that noise coming in, that's volume pumping into this candle. And this is where, like I said, I just want to see how price reacts to this. I'm not. It might sell out of there. I don't know, but the reason I'm watching is because there's a lot of volume in this candle here, and well, in this area here, and another one right here. Look at that. Let's see if they. Yeah, stacked buy imbalances up at the top of that candle. So buyers are pouring in, but they're not getting rewarded. And there's actually, well, it's kind of flipping right now between, yeah. So that candle right there that we just seen push up on a 1 minute, even when it was green, it had negative delta inside of it. I'm sorry, it was positive delta. So we have tons of buyers in here. We had tons of buyers in here, but the candle closed bearish, right? So that means you have aggressive buyers willing to buy, but you had somebody absorbing all of those orders. So if it breaks out below, that wouldn't be surprising.
Also pulled one of those get down near the London low, but didn't wick it, didn't anything. Like yesterday when we were talking about that one thing where it's like it got close, but it didn't feel us right. So I had a feeling it's like going to come back down again.
Right.
Which
yeah, makes
I feel like
makes
you're
you.
right. If it gets back down there, it's probably going to take out that low, and I won't be touching that if it gets back down there.
Yeah. Let's see how it does now.
I haven't seen it this indecisive for a long time.
I know it is pretty indecisive. It's just getting people involved. That's why I just like to trade those outer areas. And because see, it's when in an area like this, it just stays there. I mean, you could literally see the behavior. So it's like, all right, if I'm gonna trade, then I'm gonna be in there too. When it moves out to these areas, it typically moves fast. That's that real good. I'm in, I'm out. Value, I mean, VWAP's down at 334 in these wicks. 334, right around here. Oh. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make sure everyone's doing what they need to do around the house.
Whoa.
Yeah, but no way to enter it. It didn't give me anything to enter it with. I mean, it looked great and all,
Well,
but
it broke the VWAP level. That's about it.
yeah, that's not how I trade. And off that. Look at that pressure though, man. Ooh. Eventually they're gonna have to come back over.
Hey, are
Yeah,
you
they're
guys
gonna go all the way to the bottom.
are y'all having trouble with your entry? Like, do y'all wait? Do y'all watch the line to enter, or do you wait till the candle body moves? Because I think that's where I'm running into trouble is on my entry.
I always feel like I'm scared to enter. I'm not gonna lie. Like right now, I want to enter because it's an opportunity for it to turn around, maybe.
Right.
But like you're saying, like you're talking about when, like, I'm like, it touched it, but maybe it keeps going.
Right. Yeah.
So and then I always wait, and then by the time I make my decision, that thing is shot the other direction.
Normally, I would have had a penny resting on that London low, but because of the way that the open happened, it came down and it got real damn close. It didn't take it out, and then it bounced back up. And based on what Ken has said and what I've seen in the past, when that happens, when it comes back down, it tends to take it out and not give us the reversal that we're looking for.
Not gonna lie, I FOMO'd into a sell, took a small profit. Should have held it though.
Yeah. Depending on where you got in, man, you'd be up quite a bit.
Yeah, I didn't. I only made like $20, but on a 1 micro. But the TV blast and quantum and NCDV are all red. I mean, when those three things line up, usually it's pretty solid. Like yeah, it can.
So the reason I'm not trading now is because in the past I've always gotten caught in the middle.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, really trying to not get caught in the middle anymore. So I'm really trying to stick to just trading these wide edges. Like the other day, I don't know what I was even thinking. I took the trade early, trying to run to the high or the low. I don't remember what it was. I don't know why I did it, but we weren't at it, and it went the other way. I took quite a big loss. So I'm actually digging out of a hole right now, and I've only taken one loss.
Yeah, because your loss was too big. Believe me,
My loss was too big.
I've been there. I know.
I've switched again from trading my strategy to trading my bias, and I did, and that cost me like $700 trade.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that's why I switched to 1 micro. Literally, I it's only a 25K account, but 1 micro, sometimes 2.
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till 10 o'clock and see how that.
See, now we're getting closer to the bottom,
Yeah.
and In the past, I'd be like, oh, I guess we're going to the low. And right now, I'd be selling. And of course,
You reverse on you.
You might be
it
right.
reversed
I mean,
on me
you
and then
might-
take me out. And it'd probably go back up to like the VWAP and take me out with that big old loss and then go. So I just have to learn to be more, I'm trying to be more patient. I'm just going to wait till it gets there and then see what happens, as opposed to, oh, that's where it's going. You know, the bias gets stuck in your head.
Yeah,
Alright,
isn't
we broke
there
down.
buyers sitting down there at the bottom?
That's what I'm hoping, you know.
Yeah.
But again, I'm trying not to let my bias make my decisions. I'm trying to let the strategy make my decisions.
Yes, sir. That's a good
It's
idea.
been so wild the last couple of days that the
Yeah, I
buyers
missed
and the
yesterday's
sellers
open,
been
man. I was so mad. It did exactly what I wait for. Yesterday's open was perfect. Today, not so much. But we're getting down to that low. What is that? 25,204, something around there. Everybody got that?
Just
22.
to throw it in there, you guys.
550.
Just to throw it in there, guys, today is a different type of day. I mean, normally we've got very, very clearly defined areas. If for anyone that was here in the beginning, I told you that's why I said even in mentorship, I said what I say. I don't have enough time to get confident in a direction. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. This is what I shared in mentorship. Like, we got the POC right here. We got levels here, but look, we have volume below the levels. This is probably the best level that we have right here, but there's volume above it. You know, so today's
right where?
right here. Look, so this is what the market looked like before it opened. This is where we are now. Well, actually, we're probably pushing closer down to here now, but look, everything's kind of messed up here. Like, we've got volume levels below my 25-point zone, which is below the overnight lows. So you're gonna really have to be careful with your trades today. You know, it might just be a good time to sit back and observe. We just have there's a lot of weirdness. Like, it's just how the market is set up. And look, why do you think it's like that? Probably because you see how we're inside of the range of this New York session. This is no different than when we wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, guys, we had NFP. Are we in the range of the NFP candle? You see, we're really trading in the range of a big, whatever you want to call this. This is an intentional move right here. This move down right here was, the market don't move like that on a normal. Look at it. You know what I mean? This is, so us trading inside of this entire New York range from yesterday, 407 points. Where we are, I mean, just imagine trading inside of the wick of a previous candle, of a previous news candle. You would never let NFP happen and then a big green candle prints and then price falls right back down into the middle of it, and then you're right in the middle of that NFP candle. The news just came out, and then you're like, okay, guys, let's buy and sell. You know, like you would be like, you'd be hesitant. You'd stand back and say, let's get clear of this NFP stuff and see what the true direction is. That's what you'd say in a typical scenario. You just need to look at this the same way. We are inside of the range of some weird stuff right there.
So that whole move there, that's all of New York from yesterday. I got you. Okay. So that's really the daily. That's what we did for the day. I mean, we shot up and then made a high, and then we shot all the way back down 400 points.
Yeah, and that was a very intentional move. Yeah, I mean, the market don't move like that. That was fueled by institutional trading. This is not just a coincidence that happened right here, you know? Whether there be news or not, they love to use news as a catalyst.
Yeah, what you saying that we've been stuck in the NFP all day.
Yeah.
Inside them same two candles.
Yeah, and so
the same one out.
Yeah. Now there was a little bit of I would say there's a little bit of signs. I mean, yeah, we did sweep London and Asia low highs, right? And so yeah, the down would be, you know, a possibility, but it's just, I mean, after that open and after what we've seen, and it was just right there. It's a weird one.
And I got a question for you or anybody else. Have you ever been on, you have your trading view open and you're trading on Trade of 8 you click the buy or sell button, and the order appears on your trading view, but it doesn't appear on Tradeovate. And then about like 5 seconds later, it says order filled, and then it populates. Like there's a huge delay.
Ooh, I've never had a delay that. Are you on a wireless connection or are you hardwired?
No, it's hardwired. I just had that problem today, and it was like what I did is I didn't see the order on Tradeovate, so then it was just 1 micro. So I clicked it again, and then I noticed on my trading view it was 2 separate, like, it entered twice.
Yeah.
And then it went order
Oh.
filled, and then there was a delay and it went order filled.
I've had that problem the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's bizarro. I just logged out of Tradeovate and logged back in, but it's scary because too, I don't know, like, if you try to exit the market, if it's going to exit at the wrong price.
Well, I lost $760 on one trade, but I had my stop loss at a $200 loss, and it didn't kick in till it's $760 loss. That was today.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
it went past your stop loss?
Yeah, absolutely, completely. I'm just trying for a $200 win and a $200 stop loss is what I got set up.
So it went.
I guess
if I'm hearing you right, it shot past your stop loss and it didn't fill. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, until I lost 760 today. Yep.
You could write a ticket about that one and complain to them. I would.
I probably will do that.
I know that you can, like, close the trade on Tradeovate. The problem is if you're group trading, it will only trade it on the one account. I guess that's where TradeSyncer might come in handy. If you're using TradeSyncer, then you can just close the trade on TradingView and it will close them all.
Yeah, I do that with my copier. I use that to flatten everything. I'll double check it to make sure it's not still in stuff. And then you can also set your max daily loss too within the accounts, right? So that might be a good idea because then something like that may not happen. Because that I would understand that more like when the market's really moving on news or something, but to like that's $560 of delay there. That's just weird.
That's too much.
Yeah, well, like I said, mine delayed. It was a good 5 seconds before it went on Tradeovate. I've never had to delay that much. It was weird.
Yeah.
We got one doing, yeah, the one with the table.
What?
That one doing, the one with the table you've been working on.
It's
ground
working.
level.
This is. Are you talking about this one right here? That's on my screen.
No, the one that tracks it, the one you had at the table.
Are you talking about over here?
Yeah, that one.
It's the same thing. It's the same indicator, but I'm doing two completely different things on it. Yeah, it's same indicator, but two totally different things. I'm eyeballing here, and I needed this side to look. Yeah, can't look at that yet. I don't.
You trying to get perfect though? Is that the one with the
Yeah.
table? You trying to get the table perfect? Okay.
Yeah. I got some stuff I just can't even talk about yet. All right, here, look, guys, we're coming down.
We're gonna hit the 175 level.
Yeah. So now, where's the right chart? All right. So we got a level here, but look, guys, again, see, I want to buy it. I really do, but I can't help but notice there's a volume level right here. So I'm gonna skip it. I don't want to skip it. We're having a lot of good volume things that are happening in here. That's leading into this and pushing down into this. I bet you I know that there's some titans down on lower time frame. In that type of price action, it just looks like it. Let me see. Oh, maybe not with the filters. No, not with the filters. But yeah, look, no, that's not a titan. Well, yeah, so I'm gonna skip. Oh, it already hit it. Look. So
hit the London low.
perfectly. Yeah. So here was my level there. But again, I'm gonna skip this one just because to
Well,
me it just I want
it pushed
to.
off again.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. It just printed in
I
front of me. That was weird.
I didn't. I was going to take it, but it came
Mm.
down and didn't. What it
Hey,
hit on MNQ, it was what the low was 206, and it's at 550. Literally came 2 ticks away from it, and then now it's bounced back up.
well,
I've been
don't.
watching these things because you keep talking about this,
Yeah,
where when it comes down and like it doesn't kiss it, and then it backs off, and then ultimately ends up just pushing through it.
yeah,
So we'll see
right.
what happens.
If it doesn't just right now, I hate to stop you guys from making money. I mean, because this is what it looks like for sure, and we're there. I just can't help but see this damn volume level down below here, and it gives me some doubt. You know, if there wasn't a volume level right there, or if the volume level was inside of it, I'd feel more confident, right? And so you may think about that, right? Like, do you want to position, differently? Like, do we want to go 50 points or something? 51 points, something like that. 51 for 51. Or 51 for 50, and anticipate the price goes back up to VWAP, which is all the way up at 317, clear up to here. I don't know. But you're right in what you're saying is normally we would have already hit TP. So you see how it's just different today. And that I don't know how to teach that. You have to be there. You have to do it enough. There's a reason, I normally take these trades. I didn't take this one. So
I think it's going to go to like 180. It's going to go back up about another 15 and then back down to the 175. That's usually what it does, right?
yeah. Oh, you know what? See, I should have been watching this too.
Oh, yeah, this is.
I gambled, made a little quick 160.
Nice. What size? How many contracts did you trade? Like one full mini or a micros or?
One mini.
Oh, one mini. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Cool. What size account do you trade?
50,000.
50. Nice. Good trade.
Why it won't let me put a trade on here? I'm just messing around on a paper trade account. Look, it won't even let me.
Well, I just made up that $500 loss that I had. So
nice. Did you buy or sell?
Buy.
Oh, just off the low there. Nice. That's a good.
Yeah, off the 180.
Wow.
I was having.
That's exactly what I said. I said it's going to hit the 180 and go up.
I was all having a conversation with you guys.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that, it did too. Right at 180. Bink.
Wow, I should be a professional.
You are. Look at you. Ready? All right. I'm gonna.
Hey,
I
bought at 210, got out at 230.
Nice.
Nice.
That was 10 o'clock pop right there too.
That was nice little 20 points.
Look at that, 10 o'clock on the dot. Crazy.
I didn't even follow my own advice and buy, but I'm glad other people got it.
I'm gonna take my son to school real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna leave this chart up right here.
Gosh, look at it now. You could have made a whole truckload of money right here on this move.
Yeah.
I got a what's the name today? I had a line right there too, man. My line was at about 175.75.
Yeah, that's the volume line
4
too.
hour level. Yeah, I got a 4 hour level right there.
Wow. The 4 hour level and a volume thing. you know, usually, like I said before, it starts coming back down, but I mean, it might go straight up, but it kind of, it's like a break and a retest. And then usually the second move up, it goes to the session open. But it looks like it might just keep going right now. I'm surprised it didn't. Yeah, sometimes it does that. It doesn't go right down to that major volume level. It goes like the low was 178.25. So just over 3 points away.
Yeah, my original plan was to buy at that London low 205.50. Had I taken it, I'd still be good. It would have come down like my stop loss gonna be just a hair under 175.
Were
But
you going to buy it though on the way down
yeah,
or on the way
yeah.
back up?
No, on the way down, I've been just following Ken's lead on just setting these
Yeah.
pending orders, but because I kept missing stuff, or my entries just weren't solid because I was waiting for. I mean, there's a risk there, right? Because you can get confirmation, and that's that can be good, but it also means that your entry probably won't be as ideal as if you just have a pending at the level. But because of the way that it came down, and like came a couple ticks or so away from it, and then it bounced back up before it came back through it, I just was like, this thing could continue lower.
You would have
Well,
needed a 18-point stop.
yesterday the move up started at 10:30. So if you want to know, yesterday it dropped just like this, and yesterday at 10:30 the volume came in and it shot right back up, and it didn't go back down. So if you wait till about 10:30, we may get another pop. It may, because it's gonna try and fake us out here at
Look
least a
what I
couple
said
times.
too. I said it was going to go up and then come back down. It might hit that volume level, but Darren, you would have had to have about an 18-point stop loss if you bought it 205.
Yeah.
What do
Which
you
is what
go
I
for,
was.
25 like Ken does?
No, I've been holding it. Well, when I'm able to get them, but I'm looking at like 1 to 3, 1 to 4 type stuff. So, but in this particular case, so what I have done too is I put the round levels on my chart at 25 points like Ken does, and I've been using those as guides for where the stop should be. Like in this case, you got 175 as a round level, and so I was going to put it just maybe 174, 50 or 75. That was I actually had the order in, and then when it came down and didn't fill me before bouncing up a little bit, I canceled it. But that's the way that I had it structured. I would have still been kind of hanging in here, but it's pulling off of those highs, that swing. So it may not have amounted to much anyway. I might have just gotten out break even. Or not. Go back up.
Cedric, did you get the bottom there and buy up? You're waiting for it? Still here. There's a 1 minute extreme, actually one that won, and we got another one set up for buys.
Mine look like it's still in the same string. It ain't hit TP yet.
No, it didn't. It didn't hit TP. There's an entry, but
Hey, do you guys know on TradingView if you're able to have like, if you got multiple screens, you can have like the indicators on different trading view. I'm like, you know what I'm
Tab?
saying? Yeah, different
Yeah.
tabs.
Oh yeah, you can load the same indicator on multiple tabs. That's what I do.
All right,
Yeah.
but can you load different indicators on multiple tabs?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can.
Well, it depends on your plan. Like,
Yeah, you gotta have the right plan.
Okay. Okay.
if it's not allowing you, it could be maybe you're on a basic plan, right? And you've maxed out.
Yeah, I think I got like the $16 one, but yeah,
It should
I need to,
that should give you enough.
yeah, I need to upgrade though. I was thinking about upgrading to the premium since they had a deal on it. So, but I just don't want to pay no more money, man.
Yeah,
So
I hear you. I hear you.
till I start making so.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
dropping.
I predicted it perfectly. I said it's going to go up. It's going to hit the just above it, go up, and then come back down. And look at, we tagged it.
Yeah, I want to see how it reacts though.
Yeah, I know.
In this area right here though, because it could just be going back down to retest that area and go back up.
It could.
Yeah.
We're at the daily low, but it could also, the next volume level is 25,050.
Yeah, it could go down there and then come
Darren,
back.
we're in a 5-minute zone, red zone.
See, now look, it's trying to push out again.
Yeah, sometimes at those volume levels, it's tricky because it can bounce, it can reverse, or it can just keep. It's like a hot knife through butter sometimes.
I mean, but if you would have set like a buy stop when you caught it on the way out, you could have easily caught a few 10 ticks or 15 ticks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hot knife and butter.
Hot knife through butter, man.
Yeah.
I said one of those guys, Forex mentor guys, a long time ago. He said, "People talk about support and resistance all the time, but I see it go through those like a hot knife through butter."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they work a lot of the times, but sometimes it just like doesn't. It says, "I don't care about this resistance level.
Right.
I'm just going to keep going." But Ken, I don't know if you were there, but look at it. It almost hit that level. It came back up, and then it came back down exactly like I said. Because it does that pattern, right?
Which one are we talking? Oh yeah. This one right here.
It went up, and then it came back down to the level. It almost hits the level the first time, and then it says, "Nope, I'm going to go reverse," and then eventually it comes back down.
It's a clear sign of positioning. That's the hedging that I'm talking about. When they're positioned there with options, calls, puts, things like that. When price approaches those areas, they become what's the word? Basically exposed, right? Keep it exposed, right? And so if you look up gamma hedging, it'll make more sense because that's when they become gamma, like they call it gamma. I don't know why they got to use these words, but they'll call it this or that. And so anyway, when price is coming down to those levels, if they're expecting price to stay above those levels, they'll actually start to sell into those levels, and it'll pin price, right? And so a lot of times when it does that right there, that I think my own ideas is that's why, is because they start selling, which rushes price down into there, and then the hedge starts, and it's probably a lot of it's probably algorithmic. That I would imagine that it's probably, honestly, it's probably all algorithmic, that how the hedge works. Let's see. Let me go look at my little order flow thing here. It looks pretty normal. It looks pretty normal on the order flow. Doesn't look like you remember that one time how I was showing you how it looks with the robot. But look, you see how a lot of big trades came in right around that time, right? As price is starting to push down towards that level.
Yeah, I think it might go down to 25,140.
This is that area I was talking about earlier. This is why I was looking at this area as a key area to see if price would stay below. When we started doing this, was open and price started wicking all over, and I said, look at these big orders right here. They sold when price was moving up, sold into that upward pressure, then sold some more as price was, sold in a bullish candle for whatever, hiding orders. I don't know what it is, but it made me decide to go ahead and mark up those areas there. And you see price wicked into it, reversed off of it. And that's because they're probably defending this area. And you go, look, I bet you there are stacked buy imbalances, meaning that you had willing buyers all the way at the top of these candles. Look, yep, look at that, all the way at the top. Look at all those contracts. Those are all traders that lost right there. All those
Wow.
buy positions. Now look, they got them right here too, and they got them right there. And the value area in POCs at the very top of that candle. So that's trapped buyers right there. Where do you think they hit their stop loss? Maybe below this swing area here, or if they had really big pockets, maybe down here. And so that is where you see a lot of the sell orders come in, but those are sell stops converted to market orders, and those are their stop losses. So and then bam, it just fuels the move down. You see the delta and the volume.
There's been three Titans that have gone off of this zone right now too.
Let me see here.
You must not have the filter on. I don't see it.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten any.
Oh, I tried to paper trade this and it went the other way.
Yeah, with no filter, I can see them.
Let me see them. Which one? NASDAQ, MNQ?
MNQ. Oh yeah, I turned my filters on. I don't see them now. Yeah. Yep.
Oh
You
yeah.
got an extreme level that
Oh yeah, I see them trades now.
extreme level setting up.
Yeah, man, they those filters they do filter out a whole lot of them, but I'm gonna keep on observing it, keep observing it, see if it makes the most sense to filter them out. Main thing is just trying to limit the trades to more quality, that way it's great to have access to a lot of them, but I was having trouble getting people to stick to quality locations and setups. So that's why I added those filters in there to try to limit the amount of trade that thing spits out. But I also do see that it filters out a lot of good ones.
I didn't trade any of them. I didn't like it right near the zone.
Yeah. I've only taken one trade so far today. It was up there at that same little area that I was talking about earlier. So I got 15 minutes left in my window, but I got right here as it came out of that zone the second time. It wicked up into there. I traded it here, and then I was going to take it down to the value area, but because of how quick it was pushing, I extended my TP below I think that was the session low. Obviously, I wish I would have held it, but I'm cool with this. It just went right down. So, and that was on MNQ.
Pushed right out of that volume area that you made note of in mentorship. Like literally right at 175. Like it just barely whipped into it. And so I don't know why I should have taken that trade, but oh well.
Hey Ken, when we see the ghost come up,
yeah,
can you explain that, please, if you don't mind?
The ghost is it's basically, how I always told you guys to start anticipating the setup ahead of time, right? Like right now, and I tell you bullish, bearish. Remember, bullish, bearish, and if this candle closes, you're gonna see the pending signal pop up, and it's based on the developing candle. So that way, now you don't need to anticipate it. You know that if this candle closes, it's gonna switch to pending like that.
Okay.
And
if it closes in the direction it is going, though.
Right. So see now we have a pending buy in that direction, but we also have the right price action for a sell. So if you decide I really don't want to buy, I'd actually rather sell, it's good because now you can see I would have already known this, right? I would have already seen this, but what happened was some people, they would get involved in the buy and then they might hit their stop loss on the buy
Mm-hmm.
and not
Mm-hmm.
realize that a sell was also setting up, and they could have reversed out and taken the sell, which oftentimes would have just straight up offset the loss. But they're like, well, how are you supposed to know that, you know, that the signal was going to come? And I'm like, because it was bearish, bullish, you know. So I know the price action pattern because I've done this for many years, the same pattern, but I just added that ghost in there so that you can now see the pending. You got more of a heads up, like it's about to set up, you know, and now you see it's, now you could know.
Right.
See, just like this, just like, well, almost like that. All right, so how you would be triggered into a sell right now, but if there was, if a pattern was setting up in the opposite direction, then you would know, like, oh, okay, you know, if I hit my stop, I need to also be prepared. If I'm ready to trade, then I need to be prepared to take this next trade.
Right.
Yep. But this is with the filter off. I don't think we have any, I don't think we have, yeah, I turned all filters off on this right now.
Yeah, that's why I see them popping up, because I'm not getting any. So you know.
Yeah. So here are my results though right now. So this is just literally from that one trade that I took. I extended it out, so I got my daily goal in that one trade. I'm happy with it. All in all, I mean, bam, right out of the zone. Had plenty of time. I mean, the zone set up all the way over here. We talked about it and we said, you know, hey, watch this. And I actually, before the market opened, I was gonna sell it, but it didn't touch. You see, it got very, very, very close to touching that level, but it didn't quite touch it. And I couldn't get logged into my account on Addis for some reason. So either way, I was screwed on that. But yeah, it came back up and it retested. I said, man, and then did it again. I said, I can't, I got to go in there. So I ended up getting that. Originally, I set it up 25 points for 25 points. So it would have been $100 trade. But yeah, as I kept watching it and then seeing that, and I mean, it was just, look at the delta and everything just curving on over. I was like, all right, we're below the POC. We're gonna go for the value area, or for the VWAP. Once we were pushing into that so hard, I extended it just right past the low of this. So easy little 250. I'll put this filter back on here. And I know it sounds crazy, you guys, but I'm telling you, I've been watching the 15-second. I keep going back to it. And there's this one lost, but I've seen some good trades on this 15-second. I have seen some good ones. There's one that was in the beginning of the session, but there's just, you know, there's more trades. But look, with the filter on, by the way, you guys, so obviously if you did this on the 15-second with no filter on, you're going to get thousands of signals. But with those filters on, it looks kind of good. I've traded on the 15-second before, trying to show people examples, so I know that it's possible. Look, there's another winner right there to TP2. Got TP, but not TP, not the big TP. It's worth looking at. If you've got access to the Titan, it's definitely worth looking at. Especially if you already trade to like the partial TP or just TP1, a lot of those hit.
Got a lot of buyers coming in.
It looks like it. Sure.
Man, I wish we were taking that volume area.
Well, that wasn't really a typical volume area, Darren.
Well, no, I know it wasn't like your normal like level where you were necessarily talking about entering, but
yeah.
you did. But when you mark up those charts, man, like I pay attention because that stuff is like gold, man. You wait these levels that you mark. I'm like, geez, I mean, because it literally just barely you would have barely gotten filled, and depending on how you trade it, you'd have easily gotten 25 points. But you could have held for. I mean, at this point, it's a 1 to 3, potentially. So yeah, it's interesting, but
Shoot,
it's
I
all
mean,
good.
this,
I'm not.
yeah, this would have, if I would have held, if somehow I could have held this whole sucker right here, man, that would have been, let me see, if let's say we just held it down to the volume level, man, what is that? How do you even tell? How do you tell if it's a 1 to what? Is that a 1 to 11?
It'll tell if it says 11, yeah, whatever the number is there. Hold
Oh,
on, I
okay.
gotta zoom in here.
Yeah, I see it.
That is yeah, it's
Okay,
11
those
point
trades
whatever. Yeah.
the trades that you did take, but those were not Titans, right?
No,
Those were
no.
just okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if maybe it's my brain that I was already used to the other Titan, but I'm having a hard time with this one for some reason. Like the first day I did real good, but then after that was like the ghost coming in and then the pending. I've gotten messed up on that. I don't know if it's my brain or what.
So the ghost,
Turn the ghost off.
you can disable the ghost, first of all. So you can disable the ghost if that messes with you. See, show ghost preview.
Okay.
But literally everyone asked for the ghost. They literally asked for it. They were like, how do I know when a pattern? Because they would say, I can't take the trade on time because I don't know that the pattern's about to happen. And I'm like, there's
But
literally
pending shows us that.
Huh?
The pending one shows that.
I know, but even with that, people wanted more of an advance. So that is the
okay.
ghost.
So
the ghost.
okay, thank you for letting me know. I just realized that I can disable the ghost, so hopefully that'll be better. Because yeah, it's been throwing me off.
Yeah, because it's gonna pop up and it's gonna move and it's gonna change because that candle is in development, right? But
Yeah,
just
because
remember,
it was overlapping with the other one, and one was going in one direction, and the other one's going in the other direction, and I think that's what messed me up.
Right, and that's actually happening at all times. It's like it's always actually setting up a pattern in the opposite direction, but we just wouldn't know that because the indicator wouldn't send the signal. So yeah, so I added that on there for the people that need it or want it. But yeah, if you need to just turn the ghost off, just click that.
I just turned it off. I just figured that we had that and turned it off. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I don't need the ghost personally because I know. I mean, I can see bullish, bearish. This is the easiest thing in my mind that could ever happen. Bullish, bearish. You're gonna see a pattern happening. And then also, do also remember that if you want to have access to all the Titans, if you just disable those filters, you see, there's a lot of them, but you can disable those filters and then you have the original Titan just like that. So, and I like triple check to make sure that like I didn't change any core logic that would, make it not show certain ones.
Okay, so then I unclicked already the Titan filter, and if I unclick the enable volume filter, that will take me back to the original Titan.
If you undo both of those, you are trading the original Titan. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
And that's going to be every single one of them. And so you could do it like that. You could enable the volume filter. The volume filter just makes sure that the pattern and the volume within it makes sense. And so so that will get rid of some signals, right? And so you can do it like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see what it looks like on a 15-second with no filter on there. There's a lot.
We have to upgrade to get to 15-second though, right on TradingView, correct?
I'm not too sure. I am not too sure.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, no, you do. You have to be on premium.
Okay.
Whatever that. It's not the highest one. I think it's the one right below that, but
okay,
it's $60 a month if you're doing monthly. Yeah, you have to get to the seconds because I can't look at the 30-second or the 15-second either because I'm not on that plan.
Yeah, I just tried the 30. It won't work.
Let me tell you something. Yesterday, Matt, I don't know if it's still going on, but Matt said that there's a Valentine's special right now for TradingView. So if y'all do upgrade, then I think he said it was 80% off or something like that. Pretty
That's what it was.
It is. Yeah.
Was it 80% off of the top tier one or the second to the top tier? I've never used top tier. I've only used second to the top tier, which is good.
You have to. Well, number one, you have to pay. Yeah, it's an annual thing. Like for example, the I think it's the premium, whatever the $60 a month is.
Okay, that's second to top tier.
That one goes down to like 17 and some change. It literally is like a little over $200 for the year if you do the promotion.
Yeah, it's always 80% off, like if you do a year. But like I said, if you don't need that tier level, you can buy at that level, and then you can drop down later, and it prorates it so you get longer than a year.
That's a good idea.
Just more.
We got a Titan.
Yep. I'm paper trading it. I'm up $300.
I'm not in front of my computer right now. What did we get a Titan on?
On a buy,
On a buy,
MNQ
yeah.
at least.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
It's a red zone trade right now, but well, we're right around break in entry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting ready. We got 1 minute to the 10:30 candle. I want to see what happens after that one.
Yeah, we got green quantum and green cumulative delta is gray. I don't know. It's kind of an iffy trade, to be honest.
Yeah.
That 1 minute is a mess. Yeah, that range we're in right
It
now.
is. Yeah, and there's a bunch of support like around
A lot of
240,
wicks.
243. Like it's not, or like a 247. There's a lot of resistance. We need that hot knife to go through butter.
I'm gonna say that to somebody because they'd never expect me to say that.
It's probably like a saying for people over like 45 or so. Not many.
No, I used to hear that stuff a lot more. It's not something that's used very much anymore, but I think at one point it was used a lot more.
Ain't nothing worse than trying to take toast and put cold butter on a toast.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you warm the knife up?
No,
Yeah,
what
the
you
Titan
can do
is
is you can take a cup, fill it full of water, put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes, and then dump the water out, and then stick the butter going up long ways, and then put the cup over it, and it warms it up without melting it. Sounds kind of overdrawn, but I just make sure my butter doesn't go in the refrigerator.
Yeah, you can leave butter out.
That Titan hit the first like 0.5 TP.
0.5, yeah.
But that's the first Titan of the
day.
Of the session, ain't it? Uh-huh.
And there's been 2 1-minute extremes that have both won.
Nice. I need to put that on. I didn't know we were all the way down at extreme levels.
Oh, actually, those were 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5-minute ones. Yeah. There was 2 1 minutes, one winner, one loser. They both wicked to the take profit and then right back down. We're in kind of a range, like Darren said. Yeah. Usually doesn't get like this until for like another half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely in a range. It's resistance up there above at the top of those candles. There's strong resistance there.
Yeah.
I want to see it break above, but we know we're gonna go up, or either maybe it'll go down and break through that level of support and go back down. Yeah, I'm gonna set it out. I'll wait.
Yeah, the 5 minute looks ugly. It's wicky.
Yeah, 5 minute looks real ugly.
Yeah.
But that shows the support, the resistance there, right? Like we might bust through the 175 and go to 2505.
Well, it's just one of those days where you just gotta be patient. Look, we could see the one thing it's doing for us real nice is going really slow. I mean, it's literally going very slow. It's letting us know that what it's doing, and so just it's one of those days. If you got the time, then go ahead, sit around, wait for it, and I mean, it's gonna break out at some point sooner or later. It'll break out, and it'll give you your opportunity. It's just barely making it. These are barely making it right here. It'll break out of here and do something, but just don't forget because I'm about to hop off here, guys. So it's my 1 hour is up. So look at what we're trading in. All right. If we clear, if I know we have a zone here because this is the overnight high, but let's just dare to take it away. Okay, and just take that away, and let's just take this one away, and look at where our real opportunities are, and we are in a range. So if we look at the middle, there's our high right here. That's like you could almost imagine that just one big candle from the news, and then here's our low right here. As long as we're trading inside of this range right here, we are in what's considered a balanced market. And so you can actually see all the volume is concentrated in the middle. That means that the market is likely to do this, right? And it'll stay inside of here. Now, in these areas, it's not just going to be perfect like that, right? We're going to deal with this like that. And then when it goes up here, right? And then when it comes down here, and that's that I think is what we're looking at right here right now. So if we wait and we focus on the outer areas, you always have a thing like this here. Let me
Do you think that what you would just drew, you can throw it in the mentorship chat
yeah, I'll do it
to go back and review? Thank you.
Here, let me see this. I'll go like that. I'll go like this. All right, so just look at your profile. Oh, and you can see that it's kind of like this right here. You want to focus your trading on these outer areas like this and like this. And we have this zone right here. So we got a zone here, we got a zone here. Even with that, that's great. Okay, that's great. But like this looks fantastic. I'd love to trade this. This is exactly what I like to see. Volume level, untested, inside of one of my 25-point zones. There's a very, very good chance that this zone right here will work perfectly. 25 points, easy 25 points. That's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks for you, however you set it up. Exact same thing here. This is exactly what I would like to see, a zone inside of a zone. This is a CME volume zone. So this has nothing to do with me. This is CME. This is big player positioning right here. My indicator, I'm just pulling this data and giving you guys the data that I got from CME. So now what I identified was the zone up above the New York session for yesterday. So these are two of our highest conviction areas right here. But even with that being said, I don't like the fact that there's another volume zone right outside of that. So not every single day, if you're looking for specific high quality trades, kind of like I don't want to say a home run because I don't want to insinuate that you're supposed to go heavy on it. But if you're looking for a very high quality trade and that's your goal each day, not every single day is going to be a trading day for you. Sometimes, or you may be able to get a trade, but you are going to have enough time and enough patience to wait for price to get to those areas. Otherwise, you're doing what's called forcing trades, and and so that can be a thing. So we're at volume zones. We reacted to these. But these are within the inside of that range. So these are the areas where traders are most likely going to be forced to react. There's going to be, I mean, look at the volume. What this is telling us is very little time spent. There's not very much time spent here. If you put it like this. These are single prints at the very top of this, right? So single prints here. This is for today. Okay, so this is for the day right here, right? Time, very little time spent. Look at the wick. Single prints on the TPO. Very little time spent so far. Okay, and then we go and we look at the previous day. Forget about looking at the candles. Just look at the TPO. Why is it doing this to me? These are the areas you want to focus on. Why? Because look at what price did when it came to these areas. It did not spend very much time there. Trading inside of this area here, this is a TPO chart. This is not a volume chart. This is letting you know how much time price spent at those levels. And as you can see, it's a lot of time. Time spent equals acceptance, which means traders are happy to transact there. That means trading is happening, and that typically results in trading. like that. I don't like to do that. I like to identify areas of, extreme, extremes and balances and things like that. So I'm starting to push right now. Even this, I mean, there was a little bit more time spent here. I get, right? I see that there's a little bit more, but even here, I mean, look at this type of price action. It went straight down and it went straight out. It said, not today. I don't want to be there. There's that move. There's that move. See, I was anticipating ES to move down here an hour ago, or I guess 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago, I was thinking, this is a paper trade. I was just playing around. I thought that it was about to drop out. I sold it and was thinking, oh, yeah, it'll go right down there. And now it finally made it. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I've shared my results every day this week. We've had green days, simple trades. I take 1 to 2 trades every single day. I don't take more than that. You guys see that most of the times, especially last few weeks. I've been super, super disciplined with the amount of trades that I've been taking. I got my own reasons for that right now, but just showing you, I mean, it's possible. And I've been sharing. Look, I'm not making $1,000 on every single account, but this stuff adds up. This is $255 times 20 accounts, and then you do the math on the 90%. So if you can, this was one trade. All I did is one little trade. You don't need a bunch of them, and you can make a good income doing this. So I'll share this here in a little bit. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning for more trading.
All right, thanks, Ken. Appreciate all you do.
Thanks, Ken.
See you guys later. I'll put that,
Thank you very much.
Gabriella, I'll put that inside of mentorship chat. I'll go in and take a screenshot of it and put it in there and put a little markdown on it. See y'all later.